Hey, everybody, happy Thursday. Listen, I hope y'all had a beautiful day. I'm having an amazing day today, and it's nice to see you out there. Happy Thursday, okay? We got some good things to talk about in trending topics, and for the first time ever, maybe trending topics is going to end on time tonight, but we're going to see how this thing goes. But you know what this is called? Stand by your man. All right, holla to all the ladies out there that is standing by their man. And why are we calling this stand by your man? Because Jeannie Mai, she wants to save her marriage, okay? Listen, to all the wives out there, you want to save your marriage? I'm not mad at y'all. Do what you got to do. But she says she was devastated that her husband, Jeezy, filed for divorce, okay? She didn't get married to get divorced. What she should have said, though, was I didn't get married the second time to get divorced. Because you married the first time and got divorced. She should have said, I didn't get married the second time just for it to end up in divorce. Want to save my marriage. Okay, so holla at Jeannie Mai. We're going to talk about it. Then Nicki Minaj. We said her husband was being silly. You a whole felon on probation. You gets the phone. You record yourself committing a crime. You put it on a what do you call it? A social media platform. Your probation officer sees it. And now you got to do 120 days. She's standing by her man, though. Stand by your man. I ain't mad at you. Now, listen. Kim Zolciak, her and Croy over there, Croy said they broke. You know, when you broke, that just means maybe I can't go to the movies with y'all tonight because no, all my bills paid and I got my money to get to work this week, but I can't play around. Okay, that might be broke. Broke. You ain't got the money for the bills. You can't go to Starbucks. You got to stay in your house. He said they broke. Okay, and now the people, they offering him a little money to do to private dancing. What's that Tina Turner song? Your private dancer for money. Do what you want me to do. Come on now. Should he go do some private dancing? $150,000 he get for that one night, 15 minutes. I don't know. Okay. But is Kim going to stand by her man and tell her man, go out there and get that money? Then listen, y'all. Shout out to all the people with the unions. You ever had a union job? Shout out to y'all union workers. We got a union story. Let's see how the union supporters feel after we tell this story. But I still love y'all. Come on now. Shout out to the union workers. On strike. Come on now. We're going to talk about, what they doing with the union money, the union reps. All right, we're going to talk about, because we got to talk about these things over here. Now, come on, Raheem. I love you. Thank you so much. Don't cheat the diva. Hashtag don't cheat the diva. When I get my merch, I'm going to have to get a shirt saying that too. Don't cheat the diva. Hit the like button, people. Y'all got me working every night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I go count the tickets at the end of the night, and I get ripped off every single night. Every night. Listen, guys. Y'all know what I need? Because oh, come on, Ursa. I love you. Thank you, Ursula. Y'all know what I need to board this train? Thank you, everybody. Choo-choo. Hold aboard, everybody. I'm about to board this train for Thursday night topics. And we got the people waiting on the platform to get in. I do see some people trying to get on the platform, but I'm sorry, Peace. The platform is jam-packed. We don't got a seat in the building. So I'm about to board this train with the people, and we're going to get this thing started. Hey, in my opinion, Sebastian,
Hey, Diva.
Hey, Leo.
Oh my God, I'm missing my demons.
Good evening, Piano. Good evening, Tina.
Hey, Diva, everybody.
Hey,
everybody. Opinions.
I still love you, E, after last
Leo.
All right, choo people,
Choo.
Choo, Denzel and Wayne.
And hit that like button. Come on now, y'all. It is free. It ain't costing you nothing. Just hit that like button. Give Diva her love.
Hit that like button and subscribe.
Come on now. I love y'all. All right, let's get into these stories. You know what? Where do I start? How do I start this thing now? Well, you know where we're going to start? We're going to start with the private dancer. Listen, that's where
Sing it one more time for us, Diva. Sing it one more time.
Do it in your Tina Turner voice.
She did good.
For money, do what you want me to do. Come on now.
All right, Diva.
Private dancer.
Private dancer.
Come on
Private
now.
dancer.
Listen, the family needs the money. They need the money. Now, we talked about strip clubs over here one time. I said I don't go, but I also said I don't judge nobody who goes, right? Now, the family, they're in foreclosure again. The daughter the other day had to pay their light bill. Croy said he's selling everything he got just to try to make ends meet. They over there eating oodles and noodles, and ain't nothing wrong with oodles and noodles, okay? But every now and then they want to have, a little chicken on the side or something. So Corey Behrman, male strip club, offers up serious dollars to dance as money troubles worsen. They're in trouble, okay? So Corey Behrman might have a light at the end of his massive debt tunnel. And it's all thanks to the male strip club willing to dish out some serious cash if Croy's willing to get down and dirty, okay? Kings of Hustler in Sin City is giving Croy the chance to make a sweet $150K. See, the only problem is if he go there, he can't bring Kim with him. Because while he's trying to make the money, Kim will be in the casino spending the money. He don't have to leave her home, okay? So, a chance to make a sweet $150K to perform a live striptease at its location. The club's manager, Brittany Rose, says she's certain he'll make a ton of money in tips. Okay, so he may come out with a whole $200,000. Now, I don't know if this is the crew here. I'll just say, okay. There are conditions, of course. Corey will have to perform on stage for 15 minutes. That's not bad, right? $150K, 15 minutes. Stripped down to his underwear. Okay. Now, I guess it's not bad. This is where it comes a little problematic for me. He got to get the crowd lap dances at the request of big spenders. Whoa.
Shake your booty. Shake your booty.
I'm trying to tell you. He also has to take a ride on the club's Golden Boner, a mechanical bull that's shaped like a a golden boner. Okay. Kings of Hustler says they sent Croy's team the lucrative offer Wednesday, though he hasn't yet accepted the offer. As we reported, Corey says he and Kim Zolciak are deep in the red. They deep in the red. They black is nowhere in their financial, portfolio right now. Everything is negative. It's red. They all everybody. Amid their divorce, he already asked the judge to let him sell their Georgia home at haste. Like, can we sell it like right now? The one that recently entered pre-foreclosure again. Beautiful home. You know what, though, was so ironic? She said that Candy lived in the ghetto. And now Kim Zolciak and the 22 kids are headed to the ghetto. Okay, so Corey filed new docs this week, begging the court to prevent Kim from slowing down his attempt to sell the property. Don't forget, Corey said he had to sell his own personal belongings to try to make their mortgage payments, which he wasn't able to cover in July. Safe to say the $150K could help out as long as he's down to show off the goods for some lucky ladies. All right, people, your family is in dire need. Okay, they need this money. In my opinion, are you gonna let the hubby go do this dance? Should Croy go do the dance and get the family, maybe somewhat, going towards the black and out of the red?
Well, Croy's already gone anyway, so I guess he better go out there and make some kind of coins. They still got them children they gotta take care of.
That's it.
Yeah. He better drop. He better drop them drawers. He can't afford not to.
Tell him hopefully he got some cleaning solution to clean them first, though.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Ooh,
We don't
ooh.
want to see
my
no
God.
tracks in the drawers. We don't want to see no tracks in the drawers.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Sebastian, are we sending Croy out to Sin City to do this dance?
This shows that a partner or a spouse can make you lose everything.
Oh.
And you have to go to the lowest of the low to get certain things back.
Okay.
In my opinion, I would never do this. I would
Right.
never recommend anyone do this for money. This goes against all of the values my parents raised me with, the moral principles that I was brought up in.
Right.
This is one of the most lowest things ever. Stripping is disgusting to me. And if you got to do that for money, well, that's your business. I could care less. But it doesn't make it right, though. And I don't think he should do this. Croy can figure out and find the actual job. Croy can find something else that's good to make his money. Kim, how about Kim? Why didn't no strip club offer Kim anything?
Because they want Croy. Because Croy's probably still in shape. Don't do this, Sebastian. Stay on track.
Okay,
now.
but still,
Kanye says, "Shake that money maker, shake it." Are you going to tell
wrong
Croy to
100%? This is not something I would support. Croy, don't do this. This would mean you lost all the dignity that your Southern parents raised in you. Don't do this.
They owe BMW, Target, Walmart, this IRS.
Well, by the time he makes it, they're probably going to garnish it anyway. So,
all right,
is he really going to make it?
Yeah. Rebel said Corey better start practicing those sexy moves. Listen, it's for 15 minutes. All right, Sebastian, I got your your thoughts on it. Felicia, what are your thoughts? Are we sending Croy to Sin City?
He should be there already.
Oh my.
$10,000 a minute. Your children need to be fed. It's not illegal. They're giving you top dollar. And maybe, you'll get some tips. Maybe they'll ask you to come back. I mean, from the football field to the strip club. I think it's a good deal.
Okay. Yeah. Hey, touchdown. Okay.
And they'll be touching down, all right. And maybe he'll get some sweet tips and he can have a moment or two of relaxation. So I say yes.
Okay. All right. Latasha said Croy for Magic Mike. I mean, okay, we sending Croy. Denzel, give me 1 minute. Listen in the chat. If you think Croy should go over there to Sin City and do this, let us know in the chat. Okay. Are you sending Croy to go make this money? Denzel, what are your thoughts?
You know what? Well, Kim, she used to be a stripper, allegedly. So, you know what? Let him go do that. She said, Kim said that he got a nice butt, so, a nice body. So you know what? Go shake it. You go shake it so you can pay for your bills and feed your kids. And that's it, Diva.
Oh yeah, thank you, Denzel. What's that song? Shake your thing, yeah. What's that song? It's coming in my head.
I forgot the name of that.
Deshae said, take one for the team, Croy. Take one for the team. Okay. Julius, are you sending Croy to Sin City?
Ride it, that pounding. However that song go, I forgot the sequence, but the song I just said now. Hop on that saddle, boy, get to it.
Yeah, okay. It seems like most of us are telling Croy, get on that flight and get to Sin City and get this money. Do what you gotta do, Diva. I ain't judging. Come on now. He gotta do what he gotta do. That's it and that's all. And strip down to the underwear. Leo, what are your thoughts?
Y'all know I'm with everybody else. Go ahead on, ride that pony, ride that gold boner, whatever it is called. Go ahead on and ride it. Like Genuine said, go ahead on and get it done. Just, I mean, like Felicia said, you know, the bills got to be paid. The kids got to eat. Women make these difficult decisions all the time. And nobody ain't talking about $150K for 15 minutes. She should have been doing it. Because this is the thing. This is why I say go and do it. Because what is Croy's skills, right?
Right.
What is Croy's skills? Tell me, where is Croy get ready to go get a job? I feel like if he had qualified skills, he would already have a job already.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I mean, go, boy, you better stop playing and go in there and get that money.
Yeah. You know what though, too, Leo, with these, we're all, see, they got a one up when it comes to the social media, right? Because they have some type of celebrity status, so to speak. You understand what I'm trying to say? So for you not to be here, at least on some type of social media platform, doing something, do something, get you a TikTok, watch the football and do your own commentary on a YouTube channel or something, but you can't just be sitting on your butt, not at least trying. Yeah, and Robot, that's why Croy needs to go shake his money maker. Go shake it, boo. Go ahead.
And what, can he form sentences? Can he speak sentences? I don't even know. I've heard him say a few words, but I've never even really heard Croy speak like that. He should do his own commentary on TikTok if he know how to, you know, form sentences and use good grammar, but I don't know.
Yeah, he got to try something. That's why I'm ready to send him to Sin City, because like you said, Leo, what would you do something? Wayne, what are your thoughts? Are you sending him to Sin City to make this money?
All day long. All day long. 150 grand. And that can solve some problems. I'm going to shake it. And if they got the money, they can slap it.
Not slap it.
They can slap it. If I can pay these bills, that's about as far as I go. But if they can pay these bills, oh hell yeah.
Yeah, do what you got.
So flip it, slap it, rub it down.
That is the worst thing you can do. You know, that's honest living.
Yeah. Listen. Not the pony, y'all. Listen. He got to get this quick 150. Just get your money up front, though.
Hey.
I gotta be like, give me my money up front. I ain't playing that. Okay, and I gotta I'm gonna make sure before I get on that stage, I'm call the bank, make sure it cleared. Savannah, what are your thoughts?
What a fall from grace.
I heard it.
Not to shake your booty.
Ooh, child.
What a fall from grace. He was at one point making $14 million as a Atlanta Falcons football player, linebacker. Wow. And now he is shaking his tail for $150,000 for 15 minutes. And he did good when he was dancing when he caught Kim's eye. So I say, go out there and shake that white boy tail. And he should have been out there. Him and Kim with her wigs, go out there and make that money and pay those bills. So I say,
right, I agree with you.
Well, she did say he had a nice behind.
Yeah, go white boy, go.
Oh my God. E, I think I'm up to you.
Well, since she talked about his white boy behind, I think that put his ass on Tinder. I mean, that there are lots of men who be willing to pay for it, but as a woman, I don't want to see Croy's behind. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see, and I wouldn't pay for that in my face. That's ridiculous. Whatever happened to Kim Zolciak's Cashmere Cosmetics line? Wasn't that bringing in millions on top of millions? I thought she told Kenya that at the reunion one time. What happened to all that makeup that she got from AliExpress that she marked up by 600%?
She gambled it.
I mean, Croy has no employable skills, but I'm pretty sure if Croy put his boots together and Kim put her cooch together, surely they could go find somebody like the owner of Amazon. They could find some man to tag team together, and they could get double for their money.
You know what? Thank you, E. Irene, let me tell you, the YouTube loves families. They love to see families with their kids or whatever. And listen, they got a cute family. They got a cute family. The four, minor kids, really cute. The daughters, they're pretty daughters. I mean, they got a lot going on with them, but it is what it is. But the real point is, YouTube love the families. The TikTok love the families. They're missing out on a gold mine. And I'm talking about as simple as have the kids in the kitchen and film yourself making the cake. You'd be surprised how many people love that. Say, okay, having family day with the kids, and we all gonna make a cake, or we gonna make popcorn, then we all gonna go watch a movie. You know how many likes those videos get?
But Diva,
was that? Yes.
I don't know if did Croy win any Super Bowls, because I'm from Atlanta, and I believe the years Croy played, the Falcons lost.
Honestly, I'm not a sports girl. So I don't know, but you know what? I don't, I can't look in the past for him. The past is if they can crash and burn the past. I'm trying to help them now. And I'm just saying, get your camera phone. I don't know if they paid Verizon or whatever their service is.
Ride that pony.
Hopefully they paid, their phone bill service. Turn on that phone and start do some social media stuff. But
well, when they say
the red.
When they say you owe the IRS, it's time to cancel Verizon and go get Metro PCS. Go get Boost.
Not Boost.
That still exists?
Yeah, Boost Mobile still exists.
Sebastian, you should know it's with all the men who you support, with child support, who don't want to be found. You know about it.
No,
but anyway, let's
hold
move
on,
forward.
Hold on, guys. Okay.
I'm against you later.
It looks like many of us are leaning towards Croy, go get that money. Denzel, did I come to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Did everybody speak about Croy?
Yeah.
All right. Well, you know what, Croy? Hold on one second. Lakeisha, thank you so much. Atlanta Hawks have never won a Super Bowl, E. I don't know what that's
don't
about.
you do the Falcons? I think we won one time, like 20 years ago. Check the stats. I got to go to Wikipedia.
Go to Wikipedia. Thank you for the super chat. Ali, thank you for the super chat. Hey, Diva, Kim and Croy are too lazy and broke to do a YouTube channel. Do they even have money for equipment? Child, listen, I'm just trying to throw ideas out for them. They need to do something. And to be honest, you can start with your phone. You gotta have you gotta have it in you. The recovery in you. Thank you for the super chat, Lakeisha. She said, correction. Atlanta Falcons have never won a Super Bowl. All right. So there we go, people. I don't know what Corey's gonna do. Only part of that deal I don't like is the lap dance. That's just too much. But you know what? If it was just the dance, maybe they could cut it down to $75,000. He just do the dance. He get on that horse thing or whatever they want him to get on, and then he could go home and go about his business. Okay, the lap dance is just too much for me, but I wish him well, and we're going to stay tuned to see if Croy takes them up on their offer. Okay, all right.
Money at the lap dance, his tip. That's where his tip gonna come from.
Okay. Well, he got a customer. Okay, let's talk. Okay.
He gonna have to work for this $20, honey. Okay.
Oh, shoot. Okay. All right. So that's Croy. I wish him well. Don't know what's going to go on with that, but we do wish him well. So let's go ahead and go in, because we talked about her last night. Jeannie Mai. Okay, hold on one second. Lakeisha, thank you for the super chat. I'm who that we love smack talking that.
Oh, she's a Louisiana fan. Okay.
Oh, is that what? Okay, you know what she's talking about. Okay.
Yeah.
Come on now.
New Orleans.
Talk that smack. Okay. Thank you for the super chat. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about Jeannie Mai. Jeannie Mai is in these streets. She want to save her marriage. Now listen, I'm for the family. And listen, let me tell you this too. I'm for the wife. If you want to save your marriage, I'm not going to discourage you. If you want to leave your marriage and you ready, I'm not going to discourage you. If you need me to come pack a bag or unpack a bag, I'm going to do what you want me to do. However, I do come from the school of thought. Don't be letting no man tell you twice he don't want you. Usually with men, with females, it's different, right? We be on the fence. And when we on the fence, you can always, almost 9 times out of 10, you could convince us, don't go. And we get weak in the knees and we don't go. But usually when a man pulls the trigger, when a man says he's done, he's usually done. He's usually done. Right? So this man, he went on a whole trip with you, got on the private jet or however y'all got there, came back, and he already knew in his head that he was done with this relationship. There's a lot of stories going on out there as to why, he was done. But I think, does it really matter at the end of the day? He's done, right? And no matter what, when you try to keep changing and changing and changing and changing yourself to fit into a box so somebody else can deal with you, it's still going to end up in misery. I say Jeannie got to take this hit and let it go. But that's my thoughts. But let me just read this latest article here. It says she devastated. So devastated Jeannie Mai, holding out hope that Jeezy will change his mind about divorce. Girl, that man done fill out the paperwork. Jeannie Mai is devastated that her marriage is over and wants her family union back. An insider tells Page 6. The truth is Jeannie wants her marriage to work and wants her family to be one solid unit. A source tells us she is devastated that Jeezy filed for divorce. News broke last week that the rapper Jeezy 45 filed for divorce from Mai, just 1 year after their daughter Monica's arrival. Let me say this though too. See, what she got to understand is too, he doing a little subliminal disrespect. Remember after the announcement, he posted something about, everybody want to know where I'm going with or who I'm going with or whatever nonsense he wrote. He done, boo. Wake up. You got to cry with your girlfriends, or go to counseling and let this thing go. According to the court papers obtained by Page 6, the My President rapper stated that he and the TV host were separated and their marriage was irretrievably broken. The couple was married for 2 years. Okay. One insider said that despite the divorce filing, Jeannie deeply loves Jeezy and she wants to work things out. She did not get married to get divorced. Since when? You married the first husband and got divorced, but we'll carry on. That was not part of the plan. This is not how she ever imagined things would go. Okay. There they are. They took some cute pictures together. But pictures ain't everything, huh? There go little mama. She a cutie pie. The source added, even though Jeezy has filed, Jeannie is holding out hope that he will be willing to sit down and work things out. She is hoping for a resolution and wants to remain as a united family unit. Okay. A source told Entertainment Tonight that the former co-host of The Real and the Lose My Mind rapper had different opinions when it came to certain family values and expectations, which led to the divorce filing that shocked fans. They had different views, and these felt like their needs weren't being completely met, the insider told the outlet. Jeezy-born J. Wayne Jenkins stated in his filing that the exes had a prenup in place, and he's seeking joint legal custody. Mai's team did not get back to us for a comment, but Mai 44 had publicly gushed over her love for Jeezy days before the rapper filed for divorce, and it didn't even touch his soul. She did. She gushed over him. It didn't even penetrate his soul. She said in an Instagram clip of his new memoir, Adversity for Sale, your story has been an inspiration to me, but seeing it in print has left me even more in awe of your strength and wisdom. You invited us into the most intimate corners of your life, where pain and triumph coexist, she added. She was honored to walk beside you, my love, in the sentiment post days before the filing. He wasn't in that house the day she did that video. She was pleading. This is a cute outfit. She was pleading for him to stay. And it didn't matter to him. He was still out. Okay? In my opinion, she's trying to save the marriage. What are your thoughts?
Don't let a man tell you 2 times he don't want to be bothered with you. I'm telling you, it'll get ugly. When they say they done, consider it done.
Tell it in my opinion.
Ooh, when they done, they done. Sebastian, your thoughts?
Well, I know how Jeannie said that she likes her dark meat on the side. Well, she's acting like a side piece right now in her own marriage, trying to get the
Don't do
attention.
that, Sebastian.
I did. I said it. I said it. She's trying to get all that attention, trying to get him again. No, he made his mind up. You're not gonna get him again. You're not. And Jeannie's a horrible woman, in my opinion. Because I remember when she dogged Freddie out and started saying that, he didn't make much more money or anything. And Freddie's current wife had to come in and start defending her man. Rightfully so. Congratulations, Freddie. I know you had a newborn not too long ago. Your third child. I can't with Jeannie anymore. I'm done with Jeannie.
Thank you, Sebastian. Hazel said they only speak Vietnamese in the man's house. Yeah, I heard that too. Well, he's done. Felicia, your thoughts?
All right. So this is her husband.
Okay.
And she is his wife.
Yes.
And well, I understand she made some big mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
So they took that trip to Vietnam, which I understand was a beautiful, reflective trip for her. And she introduced him to her culture and her interest and extended family and friends. And she said, hey, we got a 9,000-foot mansion. We could do an Airbnb. We can open the doors. These are people I love. It's part of my culture. And he said, I don't think so. But she was unrelenting. Mm-hmm. Now, why would she not think he would say yes to something like that? I understand that her brother was getting ready to move in. Mm-hmm. And
the brother was already there.
Well, whether he was already there or not, she wanted to bring over her friends, sponsor them into this country, and she wanted to bring over extended family. And I don't think that at any time he was disagreeable. I understand he even paid her alimony, all of it. Mm. So he was always saying yes. Mm-hmm. And she probably could not process that this was going to be a no that was going to lead to a done. Mm-hmm. I don't think that, and I want to follow up from yesterday, that Jenny's mother is the key to why these two people are separated at this time. I think what happened here was she was going to run those pockets, baby. She was going to spend that money. Mm-hmm. She was going to make a lot of her dreams come true for her family and for her extended friends. And she knew he was into her, and he paid for this and he got that. And, this is going to work. And yes, I believe she was blindsided. She couldn't believe that his no was a no and he was done. So now she's crying publicly because she's being submissive. Like E said yesterday, now she about to be a single mother. That's not a good look for anybody. Mm-hmm. That's not, what she saw on the horizon. Mm-hmm. She knows what it is not to live a good life. She knows what it is to be raised in poverty. She knows what it is to be raised in conflict. She knows what it is to be on these streets. Yes, she's got that kind of a background. So I'm saying, do what you got to do, girl. The same way you're gonna run those pockets and you turn that dark meat on the side to being your husband, then you figure out how you made that happen and go back and give it another go. And I wish her the best.
Thank you. Deshay said, so when Jeezy was dog walking his third baby mama in Jeannie's face, she thought it was going to be different for her. Well, welcome to our world. Ooh. All right. Savannah, you're up.
So I just think, that Jeannie's just broken hearted right now.
Mm-hmm.
I think that, she's taken the breakup hard. She's just, feeling betrayed. And breakups are hard, and public breakups are even harder.
Mm-hmm.
And she's just feeling just crushed and broken right now. And we all know how that feels. We've and just in being that it's public and going through this on in front of the world basically, and
Mm-hmm.
um, she's the wounds that are they cut deep in these wounds that they are going to be, these are it's a pain that cuts deep, and it's dreams are broken, and it's a trust that's been shattered, and um, there's a bond that's been broken, and it's a heart that's bleeding, and promises that are and words that are now empty and broken, and a heart that is just shattered. And I'm actually just feeling for her, because I think she really did love him, and I honestly am feeling for Jeannie right now. I think she is fighting for her man, and I see her different. I'm thinking that she really did love her marriage, and her man, and her husband, and I see her situation different. I hoping that they can reconcile, but I do think that he is not willing to bend. I don't think that he's willing to come back. I think it's different. Because Jeezy is he's one that he's done. He doesn't he has a pattern of not he doesn't really do counseling, or he's really not into once he's done. He doesn't talk, or he walks. He doesn't really reconcile. So
Mm-hmm.
I really feel for her and what she's going through. But my heart goes out to her. So I feel for what she's going through right now. So
Yeah. Lorraine, I hear what you're saying, but here's the thing. Anything can break a marriage when one person is a deal breaker for that person in the marriage. So these things to us, from what we're hearing and know, we be like, oh, that doesn't seem like a deal breaker. If you leave the toothpaste without the cap on it on the sink, and I've been telling you about it for years straight, it may not be a deal breaker to somebody else, but it's a deal breaker to me. And I would be like, okay, deuces, I'm out. So the individuals have their own breaking points. But this I know. Usually nobody just taps out real easy, right? They usually don't. So these two been married 2.5 years. So in my uneducated guess, I'm gonna say this. Darn near when she was pregnant, he already had signs in his mind that he was almost done. That's usually how that thing goes. When you go to counselors, they never really ever did they say, oh, whatever they did yesterday or whatever, that's what made me started decide I want to go. Darn near probably after she pushed that baby out, he already has some thought process in his head that it was almost a wrap. Just my thoughts. Julius, you're up. What are your thoughts? Did I go to you already?
No.
Okay, go ahead.
Not on this subject. He is done. His home, his personal space, he feels is not a Hilton. I don't mind taking you in for you to get on your feet, for you to get your own spot, but to live permanently and definitely, no. That's his boundary. That's his right. And he felt he wasn't being respected in that regard. So he decided to terminate the marriage, which he had every right to do. And like Judge Lynn Toller said to that young lady in that scene, like we all started to say, don't let no man show you more than one time that he doesn't want you. Now, this one time is a huge, big one. She doesn't need a second huge, big one to force her to wake up. Now, this lady is still young. It's not like she's, our parent ages. She is still young. She still has her whole life ahead of her. She needs to take heed of the redirection that's going on, even though it wasn't by her choice. And she needs to learn. She needs to heal, and she needs to learn.
Yeah, I agree with you. Now, Nicki, this part I will agree with you on, right? He did meet her on TV. What do you want? And before she was even like, with the real, she did other stuff, and she's always been very active on social media. And he was cool when she was posting all the wedding pictures and when they went Instagram official. You better bring the facts up in the building.
I agree with this.
I will connect with you on that. That's facts. That's facts. Leo, what are your thoughts?
Trying to get off mute. Okay, so I've been thinking about this. This is his first marriage, her second marriage, but he has not always, but he has often left his baby mothers. And I feel like with him, he may be the type of person, the type of man that when the children get involved in the relationship, which takes away from the attention that he wants from his woman in the relationship. And you remember too, when you get married, there's certain expectations that each person will have in the marriage. So expectations does not always equate to actions. And maybe he has experienced, some loneliness or not feeling like he was the number one person in her life anymore. Now that she is a mother and a first-time mother at that. The baby in there speaking Vietnamese, the mama in there, then the brother up in there, and I want them to work out their marriage. But the fact that he has started the paperwork June 15th, but did not file it until September means that you are absolutely right, Diva. That thing been on his mind. I feel like this man is running away from being married.
It's very well possible.
I do. I think he's running away from being married. I don't think I don't think that is what he thought it was going to be. I don't think it's what he thought it was going to be. She was all aware of what marriage was. Jeannie was. She had been married for 10 years before. I don't think he was equipped for what marriage really meant.
In your face 24/7.
Or things not going your way. How about that? Things just everything ain't gonna go your way.
Right. You gotta compromise. You gotta talk to somebody.
That's right.
Before you go run over here, there, and everywhere. Where before, if your whole life Your whole life. What? That I don't know when did they get married? He was already 40. 40 years you've been doing you.
Yep.
40 years you've been doing you, and now you got to do you and check in with somebody else.
Yeah, Robin said he signed the papers in June. That's what I'm saying. When he first filed the paperwork, it said on the paperwork June 15th. But I think he did not finalize it or send it to the proper channels, I guess, for the divorce until it didn't post until September.
Right. Because maybe he was trying to work. Maybe he was trying to work and then he just said, you know what, let me stop fooling myself.
Yeah.
You never know.
But he didn't tell her, right? So
no,
she
he did. I don't feel like he told her. I mean, you know, and I guess sometimes you can say maybe if you're trying to save your relationship, be like, let's go on this trip. Maybe this is just exactly what we need. But yeah, y'all just got back from Vietnam, and now here you are. You was like, okay, I'm done. Lakeisha, thank you so much for the super chat. If a man will leave a wife and his baby for non-divorceable reasons, let him go. You better talk. I know it hurts like hell. But my daughter motivated me and we're happy. And I made sure my daughter has a healthy relationship with her father. And that's what you got to do. You got to do that thing. Yeah. And listen, I think everybody on this panel, we would never, because I just don't want anybody to mix up our thinking here. We would never just randomly roll over and tell somebody, leave your man, leave your husband. Never. We would never do that. But sometimes when the writing is on the wall, get the going. Don't be Wendy Williams. As far as we all know, we got one life to live. Don't waste your time with somebody that don't want you. And if you pick up and go and he was really meant to be, he'll circle back. And then you get to decide whether you want him back in your life when he circle back. But he also knows, because men know, he knows that Jeannie Ma don't want this thing to go down. And then is he stopping it? No, he don't care. He's done. Wayne, your thoughts?
My thoughts is that if she wants her marriage to work or possibly work, ditch the mom. She worth about $5 million according to Google. She could buy her mother a nice little bungalow someplace, you know, and they can still visit and so forth and so on. And you know what I'm saying? When you're Rome, do like the Romans do. Okay, she's born in the U.S., she's in the U.S. Okay, this is not the culture of most people in the U.S. Okay, so I admire her for, wanting to stay together. And if they can admirably, exit on good terms and still be friends, that's good too. But if she wants it to work, she got to ditch mom. I don't know no man, none of my friends, nobody want their family living with them like that. We're not talking about when there's unforeseen circumstances and maybe the parent or another loved one has to live with you. But if they're able-bodied people, you don't need to be in newlyweds business. That's a bit much to ask anybody, whether it's the husband or the wife, to have somebody coming in there, and when people talk other languages, you don't know if they're talking about you. So all the time you got to walk around your house. Yeah, I wonder if they're talking about me. That's for the birds, that's for the birds. And you would think if you got any pride, sweetie, I wouldn't be telling all my business like that. Telling people, don't you got some pride? It's like you begging. And you begging in the public, I mean, I'm looking at it like, I feel sorry for you, but damn, you got the beg.
She feel like, if she can't get through to him, maybe these public outcries will. Here's the thing though, with both of them being in the entertainment industry like that, they don't have this regular 9 to 5. So the mother in the house can be very convenient in that sense, that we got to go pick up and do this book tour. Okay, Mama Maya is there. She got little mama. Okay, I got to go on set. Now we saw that one time she did have, little mama on set with her with what's his name, Mario, when she was doing that. But it can be very convenient in the entertainment business. Instead of you having a nanny, you living nanny, you got this living mother. I get it that it's probably inconvenient because the person is so personal. She's a little more, in the business, so to speak. But the thing is, in those situations, you got to pick your poison. Which one you want? Do you want somebody you know and can trust with your baby? Or do you want a nanny because you just don't want to have mama around, but yet somebody going to be around, and somebody is going to be around and maybe perhaps be a live-in because of the lifestyle that both of y'all live, and y'all have this entertainment career, right? So it's so easy. Everybody's like saying, why mama there? Why mama there? Maybe it's a higher level as to why mama's there, because nannies can eat up your cash, and they're eating up your cash, and you're not even sure if they're going to love and take care of your child like a family member would. I mean, look at Arnold Schwarzenegger. The help slept with his wife.
Oh wow, that's right. I forgot about that.
You know what I
Didn't
mean?
he also sleep with the help too?
But if that's the route you want to take, have a discussion with your spouse for that.
No, I hear you.
Yeah.
I don't disagree. I'm just throwing, some things out there. Because just like Sonya, Sonya, have a adjacent house in the back. Yeah, maybe have a guest house or whatever. That was the maid. Yeah, listen, the maid, the help, whatever she was, she slept with her man. The thing is, just like Sonya, it's going to be interesting when she has baby number 2, because she is most definitely not used to just doing things on her own. So I won't be surprised if mommy and daddy is right back in that house. Time will tell. Time will tell. She's having a baby. I think she said she'd do Christmas. So, time will tell. But you got to pick, to me, you got to pick your poison. My poison would be the person I know, my family member.
I will have my mother in the house too, but my mother minds her business. So my mother ain't like Mama Maya. Mama Maya run her mouth too much. But I would have to have, if I had that type of job that Jeannie got, I would have my mother with me, straight, correct, just like that.
Yeah, in-law suites are very popular. There's a way around it. When it comes to, the language barrier, and I'm getting ready to come to you, Ian, Denzel, give me 1 second. When it comes to the language barrier, you know you married this girl that had a whole nother culture when you got with her. When you was kissing on her, when you was making that baby, you knew all this. You knew all this. And you knew that she was close to her family. I refuse to believe that was just such a foreign concept, that she was close to her family. Maybe you got tired of it, and yes, everybody has the right to renegotiate and say, you know what, I thought I could handle it, but I can't, babe. What we gonna do? What we gonna do? But and on her part, you can't ignore your man either. You got to see the signs. So it takes two to be in a relationship. And I think they both probably fell short on some things. And I will say this: fast can work and fast can go against you. I know people, they met night one, a week later they already knew they was married, and they still married to this day. I know people that been together for years, they got married, and then soon after they got married, it was the demise of their relationship. And I think the key factor is, do y'all two want it? I don't care if you met yesterday or you've been together 5 years and then you get married. If y'all want to stay together and work that thing out, it will work. But if y'all want to give up the first sign of adversity, then y'all going to give up. So he knew it was a different culture. He knew it was a language barrier, like a language situation going on, right? He knew where she was from. He knew that she's in entertainment. That's how she make her money. That's her business. How you going to tell somebody that's in the entertainment business to slow down on the social media? That's your cash. That's your money maker. That's like telling some top YouTuber, I'm tired of you making videos. Well, then you must want to walk and catch the bus, but obviously you don't want to drive this Benz no more, because that's how I make my money. What do you want from the girl? You're up.
Well, I got a lot to say. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
I'm so glad we're revisiting this topic from yesterday, because folks had it twisted and they wanted to coddle Jeezy too much I say cut the umbilical cord and let these grown men, let these 40-year-old men defend themselves, Black women. Black men cannot stand on a world stage of men who are fathers and husbands and look back at their own community and say it takes two to tango. Because that's what I kept hearing yesterday. That sounds like a 2-year-old who got in trouble for drawing with crayons on the kitchen table. But Madison did it too. Madison drew it first. Talking about you, though. Black men love to be the accountability police. But when it's time to hold them accountable too, the communication gets warped and is filtered out as man bashing, hating, and putting our own men down. Black men are not our men as Black women. They don't belong to anybody. Okay? They are, listen, stray dogs don't belong to anybody. Let's get that cleared up for the pick-me's and the mammies. Black men are nomads who are in pursuit of the endless supply of sex and financial resources that requires them to put forth the least amount of reciprocity ever. And before you get in the comments with your standard replies, it's not all Black men, and I've been married for 30 years, and all of these quote unquote exceptions to the rules. I understand that. Your input has been noted. Keep your comments to yourself if you want to be average or grade. You're ridiculous. When I said yesterday, Black men make single mothers, I'm telling you what the other nationalities see when they see Black men. They see laziness. They see womanizers who destroy everything in their path, leaving behind the broken hearts of their women and children. I know it's not every single Black man, but it's enough of them that this stereotype exists, and we're not going to play make pretend. I don't know any Asian fathers who would preach to their own daughters, oh, please date a Black man. Hell, even Black fathers, including my own, warned me, stay away from boys because they only want one thing. Now, when we reach our late 20s and 30s, people in the chat want to browbeat truth tellers and say, don't put Black men down. And honey, listen, we can't put Black men down any lower than they've already put themselves. So, in closing, I heard someone say Jeezy is upset everyone is in his house speaking Vietnamese. Listen, you went and got a Vietnamese woman. So you're upset that her and her family are speaking their native language? He's a degenerate, is what he is. Then someone said, oh, well, maybe he's lonely. He's a 46-year-old man. Grow up. You've had 3 newborns before this one. You know how this goes already. Go sit down somewhere and read a book. Better yet, go pick up a book on how to speak Vietnamese so you can understand the native language of your wife and your daughter. Damn fool. Then I heard someone say she needs to get rid of the mom. Child, y'all asking for too much. You want her to give up her job, give up her mom, give up her language, and her time? Oh, hell no. Find somebody else to do it. And to all the Black women in the chat defending this serial single mother maker with his broken ass, why didn't he marry one of you? Since all of you are so available and you got it all going on for yourself. He grew up in the hood with nothing but Black women. But Black women weren't good enough, in his opinion, right? But we don't want to talk about that one though, right? Oh, okay. Let's move forward.
E has spoken. Denzel, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, she has spoken.
I'm gonna send her a therapist.
You know, excuse me. You know what? I feel sorry for Jeannie Mai because, like I said last night, you know, she was married to her ex-husband, and her ex-husband cheated on her allegedly, and that's why they got divorced allegedly. And so, she got married to Jeezy. And listen, and see, that's another thing that it pisses me off and it makes me mad. Why get in a relationship with somebody, okay, and you don't know nothing about them or their culture or their religion or whatever? Why get married with them then? That makes me mad. Why get in a relationship or marry them? They don't make no sense. If I'm not mistaken, in the Holy Bible, it says marriage is better for worse. You know, so I'm correct, right, Diva, about the Holy Bible. So in the Holy Bible, it says, for the marriage is for better, for worse. And this is my opinion, and people won't have to agree with me, and that's fine. That's messed up what he did. That was really messed up. He's not acting like a real man. To me, he's not. You know, and it seems like he's being a punk because, first of all, you knew who you married. You knew you knew that her mom was, living with her and her brother living with her or whatever. Like that's their culture. He knew about that. He married her. And you know what? And this is another thing. If he didn't want to have another child, well, he should have wrapped it up. So, the thing is that he was wrong. He was wrong for marrying. He was wrong for getting a relationship and marrying her because if you don't know the person that you marry and you don't know their religion or their culture, well, why marry them? Why get in a relationship with them? The point that I'm trying to make is that he was dead wrong. I feel sorry for her. They were only married for 2 years, and for him to do that, come on, bro, come on, man. That to me that was just messed up, and he knows better. And for Jeannie, I understand.
He really doesn't know better, right? Because this is his track record. He actually did do her one better because he actually married her. The other ladies he never even married, right?
Right.
So he did her one better, and I guess he tried it out, and he felt like, you know what, this ain't. I can't do this.
Right.
I can't do this. I will say this.
Right.
Respect for him for leaving rather than dragging it out another 10 years, and he already know he's done.
Right. Can I say something else, Diva? I know you don't have enough time, but no, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying, but he shouldn't have gotten a relationship with her or married her to begin with. People need to stop moving so fast. If you know for sure, if you don't know for sure, don't get married to that person or don't get in a relationship with that person. And I know that she wants to, still be married to him. And I understand that she loved him. I understand that she loved him, but it seemed like he didn't love her. And if he don't want her no more, I know it's easy said and done. She should just move on, find somebody else, because clearly he doesn't love her and he doesn't want her anymore. So, she needs to just probably stay single for a little bit and work on herself and find somebody else that really do care about her. And I hope that they can co-parent. I hope they can really co-parent for their daughter. And that's it, and that's all. Deal. Sorry about my time, but yeah.
Okay, yes, I think
Hey, can I say something real quick?
Of course you can.
Okay, so listen, I'm gonna tell all the ladies this. Okay, when a man is clearly done, the next thing he's gonna do is dog you. So please, if that man give you an inkling that he's done, take it. Okay. It'll save you a lot of heartache, a lot of pain, and a lot of tears. And this ain't me just talking, okay? This is from past experiences. When that man tell you or show you he's done, believe him the first time.
Come on, in my opinion.
Believe him the first time. Listen, I call it, all you're going to do is delay the pain. Give me the hit now. I'll take the hit now. Let me deal with the pain now. Right?
You better preach, Diva.
You're going to delay the pain. So you don't want me, I'll take the hit now. Let me go over here in my corner and cry. Let me pass out. Let me call the girls over so they can feed me, get me all the way together. And
you some ice cream.
Yeah, there you go. That
Sweep
part.
me
Go
up out the
shopping.
carpet. That's what we say. Sweep me up out the carpet. Girl, we coming. We coming to sweep you up out the carpet, girl. We coming.
Boom. That's it, right?
Go shopping, diva. Go shopping.
Go shopping. Because listen, the pain is gonna come. Why delay the pain? It's a wrap. That man done filed in the courts without even talking to you, saying, you know what, let's go to this counseling, whatever. Be good with it. Look at it as a blessing from God. Whatever the situation is, you learned your lesson, and you never know who's out there waiting for you. But this time, take your time. Figure it out. Let them know. You understand what I mean? Like, we speak our language in the house. I don't mind dating a different culture, but just know, like, we do speak our language in our house. You know, we eat our food.
Can I say
Yeah,
something?
but couldn't she have made some collard greens or some potato salad? She could have had a cookout.
Not at this point, but
No,
Miss Felicia.
hold on. No, I've been through her social media. She did, right? I don't know if she personally made it, but she did interact with his family. And because she said, I forgot who in his family made it. They made her own thing of Southern food. I can't remember if it was mac and cheese, chitlins, or whatever. But here's the thing. I'm going to be very honest with you. I don't think I really, in my heart of hearts, say she loved that man. She loved him.
She did.
But so I don't want to go so far down the path to say, well, because we really don't know what she truly didn't do or not do. I do believe, though, within their home, they got so comfortable. Her mom, and the mom teaching the baby, they got very comfortable with being within their culture in the home. And maybe they didn't realize, you know what I'm trying to say, how they was alienating out him so much. I'll give her the benefit of the doubt. Sometimes you get so used to falling into your status quo, right? And I'm taking it as, and this again is me guessing, that her and her previous husband didn't probably have the best relationship either, and that's why they ended up getting divorced. So she didn't develop a good way of perhaps dealing with her partner within a relationship. And that's why she should have maybe went out of that one and got into a new relationship and got married so quickly, because you didn't even learn what was your part in the breakdown of marriage number one. We do ourselves a disservice if you want to look back on a relationship and you want to say it was all the other person and none of it was you. Sometimes you need to sit down on somebody's couch, talk that thing out, and figure out where you might have went wrong and what you could have did better in this situation. And then the next time go around, right, you try to fix those things that you knew were a deficit in your other relationship that can perhaps benefit your new relationship. But when you don't even give yourself 2.2 seconds of figuring nothing out, and in your mind it was all the other person and not you, that's a problem right there in and of itself.
Can I say something real quickly? Jeannie?
Real quick, and I'm gonna move to the next story.
Sure, because I really want to talk about the next story. This situation, I will say this. What I blame in both of these people is the lack of communication. As I will always say, this marriage was a pandemic marriage. Y'all were love bombed. It was all lovey-dovey. And when y'all fully integrated well with the ability to like leave the home and do all these other things and have multiple people in the home and all that, and this is what happens. People need to communicate with their spouse, especially if they're marrying someone of a different culture, someone who speaks a different language. And I don't blame her if she wants to teach her daughter Vietnamese. She should 100% teach her daughter Vietnamese. That is a big skill to know. That is a big skill to have, being multilingual. I just feel like there was a lack of communication in this marriage because it was just all a love bomb. Because that's exactly what happened throughout this pandemic. A lot of people were love bombed, and the love bombs are now, they're no longer active anymore. They're inactive, and people are getting divorced.
Yeah, Callie said she was making racist comments before they even met. But you know what though? That if everybody else knew that, he had to know that, and he still got with her, lay down with her, and married her,
and had a daughter with her,
and had a daughter with her. You better come through now. He did that, So we really don't have to say why are we ignoring it. He ignored it. He the one that bought her a ring, married her, had a daughter with her, and she allegedly said all these things ahead of time. And he was cool with it. What you want us to do with that?
That was his preference. He got what he paid for.
Yeah, that come on.
Didn't he say he likes Asian women due to the fact of his father doing service abroad and about him
Listen,
being
here's the thing.
Asia?
I gotta move to the next story, but here's my thing with them too. You don't, to me, you don't gotta explain what you like. You like what you like. They like to
Exactly,
try to give us
period.
reasons
Yeah,
why they
that's
like
right.
this, that, and the other.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
right.
care. Like who you like. But
That's
then when you get what you like, don't complain about it later. Don't have buyer's remorse. Can't have buyer's remorse. If you met me in Puerto Rico and I speak Spanish and mama come over and I naturally fall into my natural dialect with mama and you sitting there mad because me and mama talking our native language, you better get out that phone and start learning how to talk it with us because you signed up for this, my brother. Lakeisha, thank you for the
I
super
agree
chat.
with that.
The love bombs are exploding, Sebastian.
Oh, yes, they are.
They are. Who wanted to say something to me real quick, and then I'm moving on. I thought somebody called my name. All right, so let's move on to this next story because I want to be quick with this, and because I got to get to this last story because this last story that I want to get to, it's really because I want to put a little dig to y'all because y'all know how I do. But we'll get through this one really quickly, and I'm just going to say this: this one right here, he got what he got. He got what he got. Who says I'm gonna rob the bank? I'm gonna bring my cell phone and I'm gonna film myself robbing a bank. Then I'm gonna upload it to my Instagram and then everybody gonna see it. Then I'm gonna get mad if the cops come for me after they saw that I did that. So Nicki Minaj's husband, Kenneth Petty, placed on 120 days of house arrest for threatening Cardi B's husband, Offset. What did y'all two expect? Nicki pissed about this because she's saying people came to my house, this happened to me. Where was the cops? They didn't find out who was doing all this to me, but they did this to. They didn't find out who's doing all that to you, Nicki, because when the people was calling the cops on y'all, they didn't film themselves saying, hey, I'm calling the cops right now on Nicki and her husband and sending the cops over to their house. That's the difference, Nicki. So this is not people just picking on y'all. This is your husband and his friends clearly taking the phone, and then later on they want to say it was a jokey joke. No, too late. His probation officer came for him, and now you got 120 days of house arrest. Now he won't be in nobody's streets. He won't be saying, "Oh, we out here." He can't do that right now because he got to stay in the house. He got to be in the house. He got a curfew. Okay. And listen, this thing between Nicki and Cardi B started in 2018. It's a whole, how many years later is that? This is ridiculous. 2018, both of y'all are married. Both of y'all have children. And y'all still doing some petty, stupid beef. It's dumb. But he got his 120 days. 60-second, in my opinion. What do you think about this 120 days?
Okay, so here's the thing. First of all, I just don't know what it's craziness. Okay, I don't know.
Okay, Sebastian, 120 days. What are your thoughts?
120 days. That's how much you get for threatening someone to unalive them and remove them off of the face of this earth. And I'm glad that the authorities acted on this predator. But you know what? I think it's good that he's going to be in the house because I don't like him. Well, people like him who are on certain lists, I don't think they should even be walking on the streets. And PSA, everyone, check your registry to find out how far is one of those people close to your house, especially if you have kids. That's it.
I gotta ask you this though, Sebastian. Like, you checking the list and then what?
So you can be aware. You can be aware
Oh,
which
Diva, you
neighborhoods
should
to
check
stay
the
away
list. Let me tell you, because it tells you exactly where they stay at and everything. So I check the list because I need to know if I'm in a safe area. You know what I'm
from. And
saying?
their
Or if
faces
somebody has
too.
moved in. And then we have neighborhood meetings here. So you can, put it up on the auction board for them to either move out of your area or to have them, because you do have kids. And so, yeah, I check every so often to make sure nobody has moved into the community that's gonna be a danger to buy. Although mine don't never outside, but you know what I'm saying. But I have to check. I feel like he should have never been let out in the first place. He's been a disaster ever since he got out.
That part.
Okay, but I gotta talk generically right here for 1 minute. You checking the list. They live down the block. And how you moving differently?
Not letting your kids go with their bikes down the block.
Oh, really? Here's the thing, though, right? So that list is not going to tell you that I am accused of dot.
Oh, it does. It tells you exactly why
No,
they're.
it tells you what offense. It tells you if he a level A, level 1, level 2. What it don't tell you the specifics of his crime, but it'll tell you what the levels are and what level he is.
And
Exactly.
what victim how old the victim was, what did they do to the victim, were they
It
violent,
tells you
did they
all of that on the
yes
site.
it does. On the New York one it does. You can
And
find
on
out
the
what they
North
did.
Carolina one, it does too.
It
Okay,
sure
but in
does.
Alabama, it just tells you. Okay, it tells you what level. It tells you the what's in that category. It doesn't tell you exactly what he did or what she did, but it does tell you pretty much what that offense is. If you under this category, you either touch someone, you fondled someone, you took pictures of someone. It don't tell you which one this one actually did, but it does tell you the categories, what that category covers, and what category he is, and what
And
his when he was released.
I know some people keep mentioning the fact about 17-year-olds being with 16-year-olds. If that's the case, it will indicate that as well. If it was statutory, etc. It will indicate
Yeah,
if it was
it will
both
say
ways
that
as
too.
well.
If people want to know the website, y'all could throw it in the chat. But here's
Oh,
the
there's multiple from multiple states.
okay, but let me say this. They saying that this right, it's important to check. I don't check. Here's the thing, right? So you're checking and you're moving differently, but then your next door neighbor is a serial, you know what? I don't and they gotta live somewhere, and I'm not defending them, right? They gotta live somewhere. So you saying you're gonna run them out of your neighborhood?
You can do that. If you have kids, you can do that. You can definitely complain to your town stating that you feel that your children are in danger because an offender is next door to you and you do not want that predator near your children. You have every right to do
Exactly.
that.
They need to get out.
I'll move on. Your thoughts?
All right. So talking about this, I had learned from before that Nicki's neighbors out there in California were very uncomfortable with her husband in the area. And so they were very mindful of their moving about. And that's how this first came up. And then they began a petition to have them have to leave the neighborhood. What happens when you have a large number of people who have been convicted of these type of crimes? It brings down your property value. People don't want to buy property in a neighborhood or a community or an area where you have a large percentage of people who have been convicted and are registered as SAs. As far as that video that was taken outside of with her husband speaking that way, was put on social media. So I gather he had no issue with it, nor his friends, and this appears to be the consequences of that. I would gather that probably the Hugh family is very happy because 120 days takes you right into Dr. King's birthday, so that they can have a more peaceful, happy holiday season. Because once you're under this kind of house arrest, You only can leave if you're going to work. I don't believe he has a job. If you're going to school, I don't think he goes to school. And for necessary appointments. So perhaps you get to go to the doctor and to the dentist. But, I just can't imagine having the success and the access to being able to do so many things and you have your life tied up like this because an adult male cannot figure out how to move in spaces and places and putting his family first. It's just unfortunate, but good for the Howe family. So that's that.
Thank you, Felicia. Savannah, your thoughts?
Now, before I purchase property, I always do look at the registry and see within a 3 mile radius how many SA offenders are, and see what are the offenses, and do an assessment. So there is a registry in every state. I am so sick of this story, and I just read the petition. Um, I know Cardi and her and Offset hands are not clean as well. But and Diva, you and I are also of the time with the Biggie and Tupac story, how that beef ended, and how that escalated, and the whole East Coast West Coast rivalry, how that started from it, when it started from songs and lyrics, and then it ended where they couldn't even come to award shows, and the beef went from the stage to clubs, and they were and it came to the boxing matches, and Tupac got shots, and they got shot in the studios, and Jam Master Jay got shot, and I mean it just escalated, and we lost two of our greats, and now these, I mean it's just, we're just so, I'm just so sick of it, and I just, this is, it's just silly. Now these rappers, and it's not even music anymore. It's not even this hip hop culture. This, it's just not what this great hip hop, what it used to be, is not what it is anymore. So I'm just sick of it. And Cardi and Offset are not innocent from the whole beef battle, whatever they got going on. So I'm reading the petition. I just saw it online. So it's unfortunate. I do, and Nikki is talented, but she's allowing herself to be involved and embroiled in all of this as well. So it reminds me of the Monique and Daddy situation, as she calls her husband. I just see her. It's just like that situation as well. So it's just sick. I see it, just someone's going to lose their life. It's unfortunate, but that's how I see it. Someone's going to lose their life, unfortunately. So
Yeah, I agree. Let me just show something here. Maybe I'm going crazy. Maybe I gotta dig deeper, and I ain't gonna spend time to dig deeper right now. But I just put in an address in New Jersey, right? Where do they show all the offenses
You got to click the actual profile
of the
of
person?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, in New York they do. I'm not sure if they do it for Jersey, but they do for New York. You can
Okay.
literally find.
All right, go ahead. I'm sorry. Julius, you're up.
They got the appropriate blowback. I'm not sympathetic. I'm sorry, but I'm not. I haven't been feeling Nicki ever since her public statement when it came to the tragedy with Paul's nightclub. I know holding a grudge is not good, but she called them a certain word, but yes, she ended up being married to one, so she's getting a whole lot of heat. And so I'm not sympathetic to her or her situation or her man. They're both disingenuous, in my opinion. And I'm glad they're getting all this heat. They're getting all this karma. It's about time. And that's all I have to say.
I appreciate you. All right. I did random checks. A lot of them is very generic. But I'll carry on. Leo, your thoughts?
These people. I still am very curious on why we living like this. Like why what is driving these people? And I'm talking about Nicki and Cardi B and Offset and Kenneth Petty and all of this stuff that's going on. These people, I don't know if they need to seek therapy. They need to get Jesus. I don't know what it is that's got this thing still going on since 2018. And if I'm not even involved in it and I'm exhausted, why are they not exhausted?
That part.
I mean, I am exhausted. I want this over with. I would love for y'all to stop engaging in each other with this foolishness, with this dumb stuff. I wouldn't have the energy. I don't have that many brain cells to spend on all this dumb stuff. I don't know why Nicki can't pull in her man. I don't know why Cardi B can't decide to stop answering everybody on social media.
Everybody.
I mean, everybody. You will talk to the mother in the boot with the shoe with 10 kids on the social media, and she's talking about you.
Facts.
And I just don't. I'm over it. I'm just simply over it. I hope they all figure out what it is for themselves individually as humans, as spiritual beings, as adults that's married with children, and figure out what it is they need to do so they can let some of this go. Like I'm telling you, if they would use some of this energy for something good, they could cure cancer.
Woo, that part right there.
Global warming. Like, help defend climate change. I mean, do something else with this energy and let this dumb stuff go. I'm telling you.
Yeah. You know what? They are equally yoked. So for a long time too, I was saying like, why was she with him? But she with him because that's her match. That's her match. Nicki Minaj. Even the response she gave to this situation, to not want to help your man uplift them out of that space that he was in. Yeah. Your past doesn't have to dictate your now and your future.
They both angry. They both angry.
They both angry. Okay, boom. I need to say no more. You hit the nail on the head. You hit the nail on the head. They're both angry. They're both angry. She's angry that the world didn't embrace him and act like that past didn't exist. Just because you have money, you can't circumvent the system. He got to register wherever he goes. But I'm of the mindset, so too, you can't just be stoning the person. Do you know what I mean? Right. Now, if you continue to do something, then you got to go back to jail or whatever the case may be. And when I say continue to do something, I'm not talking about touching anybody's kid. Not talking about that. But but we can't just stone them just because, you did all this in the past. Let me stone you to your unalived.
Diva, he never stopped though. Even to this day, they still been tormenting that girl to the point where she had to change her name and go into hiding.
Right. I'm not, but see, here's the thing. A lot of times I move away from the actual story and just talk generically. In his particular case, well, obviously, I will not disagree that he did, because on film, look what he said about Zolciak. So I would never disagree and said that this man, whatever she's saying is improbable. She has even more of a case now when they got video where he's doing it to somebody else, right? So I don't disagree that he never stopped. But what I am disagreeing is the public, we can't be vigilantes. So the authorities, the proper authorities, need to step in and do what they got to do. That's why I will give it up to this probational officer. because he didn't fall into the celebrity trap. I'm really surprised that quickly that he got this 120 days and he is on house arrest.
Well, Kenneth Petty is no celebrity. He riding on the coattails of his woman.
Right, I know that, but I'm just also surprised that it didn't fall because he is connected to Nicki Minaj. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, but I mean they was right on it. Wayne, your thoughts?
Well, my thoughts is that he should have got 240 days. 120 of them should have been back to jail. That'll give him a lot of time to think about it, But he got 120 days sitting in the lap of luxury, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then after he served 120 days in jail, then 120 days on house arrest.
I hear you. That listen, I told you that video gave me nightmares. To say you're gonna be planning your funeral. It gave me nightmares.
If he really going to do something, he can break house arrest. How many people cut that ankle bracelet off? How many people get what's those things when you try to stop somebody from being around you? A warrant, peace warrant or something like that, whatever it is.
Oh, protection.
Order of protection.
Yeah, order of protection. And they still get unalived. They didn't threaten people's lives, so now you want to get they still get unalived. So just to make sure, he need to be in jail. I'm quite sure if he went back to jail for another 120 days, he'd know they mean business. And then 128, he doesn't deserve to be on the street.
Yeah, he's
looking for trouble. He's looking for trouble.
Right. Yeah, he is. I do not disagree. I do not disagree at all. Very scary. But what's even scarier is she's feeding into the narrative.
That's all she know, Diva. Her brother's the same way.
I want to thank everybody for bringing this topic up. I just learned that I've got 2 SA as a half block down from me. We got a problem over here. We got a problem.
I'm a person,
Felicia, we don't have a problem. You said it yourself before you even looked. The predators are everywhere.
The predators are everywhere.
So my thing is that to me, awareness should be regardless, right? Because sometimes it's your neighbor next door, although they don't have a charge at this moment and never got caught, don't mean they're not a predator. There's a lot of predators that go unreported.
So true.
So meantime, you worried about the man down the block and you told your kid not to ride their bike down the block, but they rode it next door and it's still something happened. To me, I think awareness is just the key.
That's true.
Absolutely. But it looks like this is a building that's housing predators.
Oh, yeah, that happens a lot.
Uh-huh.
That happens a lot too. Give me a minute, Wayne. Let me get to E.
I just looked up the registry in my neighborhood, and thank God there aren't any people in my neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
But I agree with Felicia. The property value should go down if these folks are in your neighborhood, because it's an undesirable area now. I got to worry about high gas prices. I got to worry about the long lines at Chick-fil-A. And now Tony, who did 2 years for his kids, just moved down the block. Oh, hell no. As for Kenneth Petty, I keep hearing something in the background. Does everybody hear that? It sounds like.
Yeah, everybody's muted though.
Oh, so it must be me.
No, go ahead.
As for Kenneth, he was born with the right last name, Petty. Names matter. And with the last name like Petty, that poor little baby in Nicki's is going to need somebody like Bishop Greenleaf to do this baptism, because we're going to need the protection of all the disciples to help this baby. Babies are innocent. But if you ask me, 120 days was not enough. House arrest is not enough. He is a thug and he is a bully. Put him in the county and send his ass to Rikers, because people are going to get hurt. In the video I saw, Kenneth and his friend, these are 2 grown men standing outside talking into their phone like a bunch of middle school girls.
Jelly.
Threatened Cardi talking about they're gonna knock her veneers out of her mouth. Listen,
Yeah,
no one is
yeah.
above the law.
Mm.
I believe what Nicki and her husband are doing, the timing of it is intentional because it's promotion for this new album she put out that I personally don't give a damn about. And it's been quiet between Nicki and Cardi for months. Months. And now it's firing up again. Nicki is a colorist troublemaker, allegedly, for the sake of diva. And it's crazy how much she cries victim when it comes to Lil' Kim. But Nicki acts just like Little Kim when it comes to Cardi B.
Mm.
I think
Yeah,
that,
speak E. That's true.
yes,
Mm.
and I think that this husband of hers, I can see why the elite would not want to live in his neighborhood. He shouldn't even be in that neighborhood. And if you really want to turn his image around, why hasn't he volunteered? Why isn't he? Listen, this man can't even go chaperone the kids' field trip. He's not allowed in the vicinity of children. And Nicki can't have another baby because if she have a girl, it's over with. Listen, lock up the petties.
Oh my God, lock up the petties.
Yes, yes.
Oh, good God. You know, she walked into trouble. She walked into trouble. She really did. I don't, yeah, but you know what? She connected to that energy, and she's connecting to that energy big time. Denzel, your thoughts?
Yeah, you know that list is good. That website for that's good to let people know that to make sure they know who is on there. So that's good because like Miss Felicia said, it's predators everywhere.
Mm.
You know, and you know what? Yeah, Cardi B, Offset, Nicki Minaj, and Kim Petty. Yeah, they need to they need to let this beef go and try to work it out. But see, this is the problem. Nicki Minaj and her low down, dirty dog husband, they are the problem, and they are the ones that keep making the beef keep going. They are the problem. They the problem. And Cardi B and Offset, responded is because you know why? Because Nicki Minaj and her sick husband, they keep provoking. When you keep provoking people, it's not going to be good. It's just not going to be good. And you know what? He got what he deserved. This is how I feel. I think he should go back to prison because you know why? He shouldn't be out. He shouldn't be near no children. He shouldn't be near nobody. He needs to be back in prison because he's dangerous. Even with that video, that video, it was chilling. Like it was scary.
Mm-hmm.
He tried, sending death threats and then acting like a thug. He's trash. I used to like Nicki Minaj. I used to like her. I used to listen to her music, but I don't support her anymore because she's with that piece of trash. And so, he got his karma, and I don't feel sorry for them at all. You don't treat people nasty. You don't do people dirty. So he got what he got, and he deserves to go to prison. Honestly, he deserves to go back to prison. But you know what? He got he got he got the
It's
probation.
120 days.
Yeah, he got probation. And so you know what? That's Nicki Minaj, man. She married him. She got with him, and they both stupid. They big dummies. That's it, Diva, and
Thank
that's all.
All right, guys, I'm going to move into this last story really quickly. So when I come to you for your comments, be quick with them. But I had to do this story. Shout out to all the union workers. Shout out to the people in the unions. I wish you well. Shout out to the Writers Guild out there that's now fighting, for their rights. We're going to talk about this really quickly. Okay, this what the union people are doing with the dues. This is what they doing with the union dues. So striking, WGA union spent big on sushi, 5-star hotels, and cash for Democrats while begging for public to give money for the writers. Okay. The union representing striking Hollywood writers spent lavishly on meals, travel to Europe cities, and donations to Democrats while begging the public to contribute to a fund to help struggling writers, the Post has learned. It splurged $25,000 at a sushi restaurant, which offers gold flaked rolls, $5,806 on executive 5-star Paris hotel, and $6,600 on photographs, and paid its top executive more than $1 million in salary. The very thing they fighting against, their own union execs, are part of the problem. The Writers Guild of America West also spent more on lobbying and political contributions, mostly to progressive Democrats, including Senator John, Republican Adam, a representative, than it did on welfare loans to some of the striking 25,120 members, is public filing stated, because they have to have this open to the public. Between 2021 and 2023, it provided $107,000 to Democratic campaigns and committees. Its spending was noted amid speculation of imminent deal to end the strike, with union negotiators and bosses from broadcasters, streamers, and studios, including Disney, Netflix, and Warner Brothers, meeting in Los Angeles Thursday. Okay, look at that. Oh, that look pretty. There go the union dues. That's a Brussels sprouts over there. Got a whole seafood spread. Okay, but when it went on strike on May 2nd, the union pleaded for the public's help and thanked stars who had donated to its hardship fund, including J.J. Adams and Shonda Rhimes. It continues to crowdfund for help for its members, who now been out of work for 5 months. Some of its lavish spending was first reported by the BlackDC.com, an investigative news website. On the eve of the strike in May, union leadership spent tens of thousands on meals at swanky Hollywood eateries, such as, TC, a French bistro in West Hollywood, where the guild shelled out almost $20,000 in an undated hospitality service, according to its most recent filings with the Department of Labor. In December, the Guild hosted a $25,000 staff event at a sushi restaurant in Hollywood. On the menu, there is a $56 specialty house roll featuring caviar and gold flakes, and a $210 surf and turf. Got a little steak, octopus tail. Diners at private events even can choose the $725 sushi yacht. Here we go. There go the sushi lot. Looking good. With the people money. Its own award show. They got their own award show. In March was a chance to spend with $6,600 for photographs. Going to picture agency, okay? They hiring the people. We ain't done. And the union spent nearly $53,000 at the Second Home US, a high-end co-working space in Los Angeles, where it hosted 2 events in November and in March this year. It offers co-working spaces in the garden setting and holds events for members with celebrities, including John Legend. Not all the spending was in and around Hollywood. Last September, filing showed the union spent $6,000 to find an unnamed executive to Paris, and $5,000, almost $6,000 to stay in a hotel. 5-star hotel, Michelin star restaurant. Okay, rooms start at $480 a night, and it paid $18,000 on 3 flights to unknown destinations in August, September, and October. Come on now, they just spending the people's money. I mean, it goes on and on and on and on. Spending the people's money. Okay? Spending the people's money. I'm not even going to read the rest because you're going to get sick to your stomach. Here go one exec took home $1 million in compensation. Okay? Meantime, your people starving. The executive director took home $500,000. Okay. In addition to Mills and Travel, the union, which owns its own building in Los Angeles and has assets of nearly $100 million. Child, listen, they are no better than the execs that these writers are fighting against. Okay. The union also shelled out $223,000 for the 3 membership meetings at the Sheraton. They just spending these people money left and right. I'm good. Y'all spending our money left and right. We on these streets in the hot sun picking it, and 5 months later, y'all still ain't got no deal for us. Yeah, it's disgusting because you know why? All of that money could have went to every top dog lawyer. And y'all could have got us something, but y'all don't care because y'all living a life of luxury too. The big wig is making $1 million. In my opinion, your thoughts? I ain't even get down the whole article. They spending money left and right. Money.
Okay, so I don't know if I want to believe all of this because I know most unions, agencies like this, they usually have to have somebody overseeing what is spent for, what's coming in, how those dues are spent.
This is public information.
Okay, but I'm just saying I don't know if it's like this is something different from their normal union dues. Like this may have been money that was collected at any given rate. I feel like this without them disclosing the documents to us for us to see. If you're gonna tell me about it, let me see it because I feel like you can put anything down on paper. I need to see the documents. If you're saying that it's public, why we can't see the documents? I need to see it. Like I just don't want somebody telling me what they saw somebody doing. I want to see it myself.
Sebastian, your thoughts?
This is disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
This is disgusting. This is very disgusting. But I will say this though. I really won't. As they say in French, qui vivra verra, which means he who lives shall see. And this is not the first time we've seen unions, foundations, and etc. be doing these nasty nonsense. So he who lives shall see. Qui vivra verra. That's it.
You better talk. This is not unusual. They have to because let me carry Felicia.
So I'm putting myself in a place of a striking person right now, and what their struggle is. And I do agree with, in my opinion, give me the documentation. Mm-hmm. But just on the surface, it's heartbreaking, disgusting, low down, wrong. You have people losing their shelter, losing their health benefits. School has started, and you put yourself in a position where you have to read that the people you're trusting with your future have been misappropriating funds, perhaps. I don't like it. Mm-hmm. And hopefully that it's been put out there. There will be a correction, or someone's going to come forward and say what is and what is not. Mm-hmm. I'm just disgusted.
Mm-hmm. Listen, let me tell you something, Sebastian. You could look for the documents, but I already know. And here's the thing. A lot of articles come from the Post and they're true. So this one is just a straight lie.
The Post isn't necessarily reputable. And unions have budgets and they have allocation. I don't know if that was dues money.
Well, the Post said that
I don't know. I'm not going to, on the surface, I'm really disgusted right now, Sebastian. I'm feeling really bad for the families that are in the midst of this struggle right now, having to read this kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Well, in that article that Diva brought up, the Post mentioned that it was actually from another investigative reported news outlet called the Black DC, I think that's what it's called. That's where they got these information from. So they're just doing something to rebring that
Well,
company.
hopefully the
out.
But
youth.
you know what? Let's carry on, though. Let me hear everybody else's thought process. Let me tell you this. Even without this article, what I know for sure is that most organizations, even when they're charity organizations, these top executives are raking in the cash. That's why even though everybody ripped Oprah to shreds over that fund she did for Hawaii, Maui, or whatever, with the fires or whatever, and said that this money was going to get right into the hands of the people. They ripped her in The Rock for shreds. But yet, most of these charities, if you go look at the books, the major portion of the money that people think is going to the actual, cause of that charity is in the operating cost. This is facts. You can look these things up for yourself. So people think they give into heart disease, breast cancer, blah, blah, blah. But these organizations have buildings, they have actual employees, and all of that money comes out of those funds to pay for these buildings and those employees. And then when the thing is broken down, it shows you what portion actually ends up going towards that cause. That's why the celebrities stopped. What was that one when Michael Jackson and all of them, I forgot what the cause was for, but they sung the song, Heal the World. And then, and I can name countless events where things has happened and the people still didn't get their house fixed. And people wondering, well, this star donated, that star donated. Y'all have millions. Where did the money go? Now, this I'm going to tell y'all, this is a fact. This ain't no allegedly. Mark Zuckerberg, that's the one that does Facebook, right? Or whatever. Mm-hmm. He donated to Newark, New Jersey, tons of money for the Newark, New Jersey schools. Okay. Millions. Why are all the schools in Newark, New Jersey still looking the same?
Diva, you're forgetting about this also. Remember the Wyclef and Praz and Fuji situation?
Come on now. You know why? Because they built a nice administrative building. And then administrators, now I'll say allegedly to this, got some nice bonuses. But what about the kids? He donated millions, not a million. I want to say it was a high number. Go to Newark, New Jersey now. Schools ain't no different. That's a fact. Come on now. We got to talk the talk and talk the truth. I'm telling you right now, if you look up any single charity, that's why I tell these people, no, I donate to where I want to donate. Not almost over 50% of the money is going to their operating costs. Over. And you can look it up because it's public record. But nobody looks it up. We thinking, oh, I'm giving to breast cancer. Oh, I'm giving to this. I'm giving that. And I'm not saying don't give. I'm just saying that you can look at their books because the operating cost is sick. So that's why I'm not shocked. Operating cost is sick for the Breast Cancer Foundation, for this foundation, for that foundation. How you think they running them buildings? You think those people are working for free? They are not. They are not. Where am I at? Savannah. Are you there, Savannah? Maybe not. Okay, maybe we lost Savannah.
May I please give a quick update? Someone asked me how my neighbor's kids are doing. Just a quick update. Nobody's in school. Nobody's getting homeschooled, but I'm on it. Keep praying for them, please.
We definitely will. Julius, your thoughts really quickly on this situation? Okay, we lost Julius too. Okay, Leo, your thoughts?
Really quickly, yeah, the reputation of unions is deplorable, right? So if y'all remember Jimmy Hoffa, he was part of the notorious union called the Teamsters.
I remember that.
Chicago, right? Notoriously corrupt. And they don't know where Jimmy Hoffa is unalive today, and no one has ever found the unalived human body. So
yes,
that's so that's a real thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I do want to also be very clear. I have been a union representative for Corning. It was a glass company, AFL-CIO, local, 1025.
Mm-hmm.
I was oil, less than wine, and I know y'all don't understand the terminology, but I was the oil, less than wine representative for people. I saved a lot of people's jobs when they was out here doing a whole bunch of foolishness. I got a really big mouth, and somebody recruited me and said, you need to use that big mouth to help people. And that's what I decided to do. I eventually became financial secretary. I was the one that made sure the books cleared at the end of the month, where everything went, where everything went to, what everything that came in. So the big unions are corrupt. The big unions are corrupt, but the locals are not. The locals are. We also had a stipend, which meant that when we went on strike, and this was years ago, this was in the 90s, if we was to go on strike, everybody got a $500 check a week. And I made sure those funds were there to make sure that if we went on strike, at least somebody could get some coins. So are they probably corrupt down there in Hollywood? They probably is. They probably corrupt in Hollywood. They probably corrupt in the nurses union. They corrupt in the teachers union. And we know for sure they corrupt in the police union. So I'm not to say that corruption is not there, but it has done some good in my own personal experience.
Right. And you know what, Leo, I don't disagree with you.
I have a question for Leo.
Wait, give me a minute, because I really got to let everybody else in, and y'all, I'm about to run into overtime. And I didn't remember it was this much. $100 million. How is the school still raggedy and falling apart when he gave $100 million? Where's the money?
Why is the school not performing better?
Where's the money? You could have ripped down every school in Newark, New Jersey, and rebuilt it from scratch. Where's the money? I did a volunteer day in one of these schools, and they closed down a library, and they was throwing out the books because they could not afford a librarian. How? This man donated $100 million. Why? Because there's people that got the money and they pocket the money. And forgive me, may they rot in hell for doing that to the kids in the school system in Newark. $100 million. Y'all could have even donated to pay for them kids to go to college. Even if it was the community college. Come on now. It's
even Harvard.
Sushi yachts. Sushi yachts.
And Diva, I never knew of such a thing of sushi yachts. I mean, I just learned that today. Just today.
It look good. I can't even eat seafood. It look good. Who am I at so I can get through to everybody? Wayne, did I come to you?
No. I can do without unions. But this sounds like some Kim Jong-un crap. Over there in North Korea, I think when Trump went over there, Kim Jong-un has all this good food, he's dining and everything, while his folks are starving. Okay, so they don't show that on state television because he was scared that people see him eating all that good food. So the same thing here, they eating all this good food while the people don't have no income coming in. So I could do with them or without them. That's it.
Yeah. E, your thoughts?
Well, while we're getting the unions, make sure we go down to Newburgh and get Jamal Bryan and the rest of the pastors, because they pocketing the money too and taking the tide money, but they got the jets Okay, they living in the high rise and they down to the sushi bar and they paying all the, how you think they get the name past the holy whore? Let's move forward.
You are too much.
No, listen, Toria, when we talk, nothing is everybody, right? But you know what? You gotta nip one bad apple in the bud. But here's the thing: even out here in New Jersey, there's a hospital, Robert Wood Johnson. They on strike right now. They've been on strike for a minute. I pay you for years my union dues. You gotta sit back, and every now and then, yeah, they gotta go and fight for somebody's job or whatever the case may be. But check for some of these people who they fight for their job. A lot of them end up still losing their job. Not saying all, nothing is ever all. A lot of them they still end up losing their job, right? But I'm striking, and here we are, 6 and 5 months in, and you still didn't figure this thing out for us. I'm sorry, I personally got a problem with that. Especially when you got this union over here, Paris, France, sushi, 5-star hotels, donations to political parties. No, all of that could have went to some high-powered top lawyer that was going to come put their foot on these people's neck and say, give these people their money because I do not want them out of work for 30 days because they got rent and mortgage to pay and people to feed. They full of it. Sometimes, you know what, the world got us thinking they helping us and they ain't. That's all I'm saying. And let me tell you something I read about the AI. You know, I saw it on the news today with that AI. That AI is fed some type of database. They're saying a lot of authors are trying to sue because they're saying that database has a lot of people's information, not your personal information. Like if there's a book, you know, whatever book, that book is dropped in that database. If there's a self-help book, that book is dropped in that database. So when I go to say, oh, help me write a self-help book, it's not just making this stuff up itself. It's pulling from somebody else's book that was already written, that was dropped in that database.
Amen.
That's what I'm telling you. This nonsense, we got to start using the brain God gave us. We do. Because sometimes they have us thinking they helping us, and all they doing is taking our money day after day after day. And when we need them to show up in the showtime, I can't do that. Why don't you just go ahead and sign here? Just sign here so you can keep your job. No, I want you to fight for me. No, we suggest in this situation you don't fight. Just sign right here. Get out of here. You know, it took thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars of dues from me. I'm asking you to fight, and you like, no, don't do it. I could have did that on my own and kept my money and bought some coffee. Well, I'm sorry. Where am I at? Who didn't go?
I didn't.
Go ahead, Denzel. 60 seconds. I'm overtime.
I know you got to go.
Yes.
Yeah. You know, the a lot of these organizations, they be doing those scams. You know, just like, I'm just going to keep it real, just like allegedly it was allegedly the Black Lives Matter movement. They were saying that they were pocketing money.
Unfortunately, it was facts.
See, right. So they should rest in hell. And then
Let me just say this, Denzel, about that, right? Let me tell you the unfortunate thing about that. They dragged them for filth, right?
Good.
But hold on. They dragged them for filth. But yet you see all of these organizations do the same thing. Now, did that one go way over the top? Most of them, their operating cost is about 60. I'm going to say I'll push it to like 60. Some of them 70% of the money that comes in. No, the Black Lives Matter was just because they did the most. They was in the 90 percentile. right? Now that's just straight up ridiculous. But
Yeah.
were they different than many other organizations? Absolutely not. But they dragged them for filth. And see, the way that they did it too was messy. She was in a mansion with a butler and all these cars and whatever the case may be. But if you flip it around, what's the difference between sushi, hotels, private jets, and da? They just messed up the way they did it, but they didn't really do anything different than anybody else. But they did. They dragged the Black Lives Matter movement for filth and said it was a fraud. But it was no different. It was literally no different than any other charity operating course. They just took it over the top, you big dummy. You need to know you can't do what they do. So that's where they messed up. But were they any different than any other one? Absolutely not. If you go research any given charity right now, I promise you their operating cost is over 50% of what they're bringing in. And that's a point blank in a period. Because I looked into it. Because, you got to do some type of charity. Now, I'm a tither, so there go my charity. But, when you to make the money in your taxes or whatever, you got to do some type of charity. And I'm not saying don't do it, but I'm just saying you should research to know which one has the lower operating costs so that you will know that most of your money is going to that cause.
I do St. Jude's. Y'all about to make me start investigating St. Jude's to see what's going on with them.
St. Jude's is one of them. I will tell you this, Leo. They're 100. They're almost. I want to say they're darn near 100% because
Thank God.
so St. Jude's was started by what is her name? It's the family, the actress family.
Margot Thomas.
Yes.
Yep. Her.
Now they are definitely one of the ones, but they darn near give 100%. And St. Jude's. You do not, if you do not have money and your child has, cancer, you don't have
everything's for free.
Everything's for free.
They are 100%, 100%.
Love that.
Ronald McDonald is another one. Come on now, Marlo Thomas. Yes, no, they definitely.
Danny Thomas started it. Her father, Danny Thomas.
Danny Thomas.
Yeah, they're 100% legit. The Ronald McDonald House. There is another thing that is like the Ronald McDonald House. During the pandemic, my neighbor, when I was walking, told me about it. They're like the adult version of the Ronald McDonald House, where darn near every dime goes towards that cause. And again, it's a housing thing that is for families. When your family member's in the hospital, of course, you can't be in a hotel for 3-4 weeks. You go to those houses, you live there for free. They feed you all of this, that, and the other. But I'm just telling you generically, you better look at these charities. The operating cost is in the 50, the 60 percentile of operating costs. And their biggest ask is getting paid.
Can I say something else, Diva?
Yes, you can.
Yeah, I agree with you on. Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, that union, they should be ashamed of themselves. People out there protesting, to get better pay, and the union is pocketing the money. That's really messed up. And you know what? They're gonna get their karma because that's not right. And you know what? I'm gonna just say this, and this is gonna be it. They should rest in hell, and that's it, Diva.
I appreciate you. Let me say this. Let me say this really quickly, right? And this is just Diva. Everybody do what you want. When it comes to the tithing, my thing is you can research all you want. If a man is going to rob God, that's on that man. If I give my tithe to the church and they robbing God, they ain't got nothing to do with me. I did my due diligence and my duty, and my tithe went where I knew it was supposed to be and where I trusted it to go. And I will say this. I will say this, but this is me. This is me. I will say this too. There are mega churches out there, right? And all of these mega churches are not robbing the people, doing dirty, and being messy. They are not. There are a lot of mega churches out there that are doing a lot for the community, the people within their church, and a whole lot of different things. I like to say I've been born and raised in the church, right? And so now with these churches, these pastors, they do speaking engagements where they're getting $10,000 and $15,000 per speaking engagement. They're writing books. When you got the ones like TD Jakes, and there's some other things with him, but I'm just going to use his name in terms of writing books. You got their writing books, this, that, and the other. So their money is not just coming from no tithes. Their money is coming from everything else that they're doing also. And let me say this too. If you ever ran a church, I'm talking about legit. I'm not talking about these busters out there that are playing games under the name of God. If you ever ran a church, just like you run your house and the light bill's XYZ, check a church light bill. Okay? So you got to pay that mortgage on that church. And I didn't know until I knew that the regular people that, not the choir, but the regular people that play the instruments in the church, they get paid.
That's true.
Not all churches.
Now, maybe not all churches, but I know the churches I go to, they get paid. So I'm not going to go down the church road because it's going to be a very sensitive topic for me.
Me too.
Because of what I believe in. And my thing is, this chick right here, and this is no judgment towards anybody. I don't have no judgment. I'm just saying me and mine. I'm a tither. And let me tell you this. For me and mine, and y'all know I always keep it real with you. I ain't acting like I'm sitting over here on a pile of dough, whatever the case may be. But God kept me my whole entire life. That's it and that's all. That's it and that's all. My whole entire life. I ain't want, I ain't need, and I'm thankful to God. And let me tell you this, and I told some other people on this that one second, Dustin. I told some people that I have, spoken to. Sometimes we speak to some people on the side here, whatever the case may be. The school my son is going to right now, to God be the glory. That's it. That's it. That's all. To God be the glory. I spoke to the person on the panel right now, and I'm just
come on now.
We ain't got to say who it is. The person on the panel right now. And I said, I'm a little nervous. I'm a little nervous because this bill got me just a tad bit nervous.
But look at God.
But to God. And I promise you, they said, don't worry about it. It's going to be all right. And I promise you, I gave it to God, and I promise you, to God be the glory. It's all right. And the school is ridiculous. That's all I got to say.
Amen.
But if I'm looking now. There's two people on this panel. I'll just say the names, and I hope y'all going to be okay with it that I spoke to, in my opinion, Felicia. And let me say this. I promise you with everything in me, I went to bed, I woke up, I never think about it again. I didn't physically have the funds, and I had this extensive conversation I'm remembering with Felicia, and she looked up some things at the school or whatever the case may be. To God. That's all I got to say. So I don't really want to go down that road because I'm not pushing anybody to believe anything. I'm just saying for me and mine, I don't never go by who's standing in that pulpit. If my duty is to give what I give, I'm going to give what I give. If you mess with God's money, that's on you, not me. Listen, guys, I love y'all. Dustin, I'm sorry. You was trying to say something really quickly. Say something.
I just wanted to say something really quick.
Uh-huh.
If I can break the news. I don't know if you know. I don't know if you know this, Diva, but Sherry Shepherd tested positive for COVID, and my heart goes out to her.
My heart goes out to her also, and I did know that. And she had to shut down her show as a result. That's it. That's all.
Good. You don't do Wendy wrong. You don't do Wendy wrong. So Sherry, take a break.
I cannot with y'all.
How you doing?
Listen, I cannot with y'all. I cannot with y'all.
I'm sure she got sick leave.
I love y'all. Yes, but Felicia, was you trying to say something?
She should have never crossed the picket line.
Well, I Good night, y'all. I love y'all. Good night. Goodbye.
Love you, Diva. Love y'all. You have a blessed night. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.